I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have Melanie do roll call.
Shai,
Here.
Justin,
Here.
Jack,
Here.
Jamie, Jessica.
Here.
Who am I missing? All right, Matthew.
He's not here. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes, council meeting April 9th, 2024. Justin makes a motion to approve. Second. Shai seconds.
Shai,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica.
Yes.
Next item is open hearing. Is there any public comment? No public comment. I'll close open hearing. Move on to new business. First item is ordinance number 2024-07. I'll let Jay read that.
An ordinance accepting the final plat of Mason Valley Estate Subdivision, Phase 1A, a subdivision within the city limits of the city of Highfill, Arkansas, and for other purposes.
Jeremy, you want to come up here and? Not really.
Thank you, council.
Everything is done up to yours and Dustin's specs on this.
Yes.
There wasn't, correct me if I'm wrong, there wasn't sidewalks interior on the preliminary plat when it got approved back in 21,
That's correct.
but there is sidewalks in there now.
Yes, sir.
So we were talking to put sidewalks interior, so that was
And street lights.
pretty nice. So everything else is done for the checkoff sheets of Dustin and Jeremy's.
Yes, sir.
You council got any questions for Jeremy on this?
So this follows all the city codes, no exceptions.
Yes.
Verify. Please want to check this idea. Have all the infrastructure to just support this.
Yes, we have a infrastructure paperwork on files, so.
I make a motion to approve. We need to suspend first. I'm sorry.
And I'll recommend it be passed on all full readings tonight. So if you guys are good with that, I just need a motion to suspend the rules.
I'll make a motion.
Sean makes a motion.
Second.
Jack seconds.
Discussion standpoint, was there any public comment or feedback or anything just here?
Say that again.
Is there any public feedback or comment that we should be concerned about or here?
No, they, like I said, there wasn't, this got approved in 21, the preliminary plat, with no sidewalks interior. The developer's been really good working with us. We got him to, they agreed to go into the sidewalks interior, run a sidewalk out to, not on Mason Valley, but running out to Mason Valley. Later on in here, we've got grant paperwork to put sidewalks, to fill out the sidewalks on the west side of Mason Valley. So we'll just put a crosswalk there if we get that grant. And he put, like Jeremy said, their street lights weren't there as well. The developers agreed to that. So he's been good to work with on that aspect of it. So some things that weren't in these subdivisions in the past, or we're talking to them and getting them in. So excellent. Okay. So there's a motion and a second.
Shai,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jamie, or Jessica, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so now we need a motion on the
Motion passed.
need, I make a motion to pass.
Jack, next motion.
I'll second.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
Yes.
Motion passed. No, it's no emergency clause, is that correct? All right. That one passed, so the next one is. Next ordinance 200 or 2024-08.
An ordinance rezoning certain lands within the city of Highfill owned by Mathias Builders, Inc. and for other purposes.
Jeremy, come back up here. While you're up here, just go ahead and talk about that rezoning and the next rezoning.
fine too. How do you want to do it?
This is the engineer for the project as well.
Okay, on the Mathias property,
Yes,
and this is Toby's old land, right?
yes.
Where his house set at?
House and I believe there's 2 acres there.
No.
Hey, good evening. My name is Chris Tilley. I'm with Odyssey Engineering. Tonight we're asking the council to recommend approval or to approve this rezoning from R2 to R3. The purpose of this rezoning is to develop the property specifically as a large scale development instead of as a platted development. So we'd actually already put together a full plan set for the city's consideration of a duplex development. But by code in R2, they would have to be platted. Since the developer isn't looking to sell these off individually, but rather keep the full development together under one ownership, we're asking that the council consider rezoning to allow for this project to move forward as a large scale. We believe that this rezoning makes sense because it follows the Highfill land use map, which designates this area for residential development. These properties are already surrounded by varying zones of residential on all sides. With developments in process to the north, east, and south, most, if not all of those properties are platted developments. So this rezoning presents a chance to offer up a unique residential product to the area. And then lastly, this rezoning had no opposition from Highfill citizens. The planning commission was unanimously recommended for approval. So these things in mind, if you answer any questions, appreciate it.
Council got any questions for Jeremy or the engineer?
We're talking about 2 acres, is that right?
2.7, something like that, 2.8.
Yeah, so it's already, correct me if I'm wrong, it's already zoned for duplexes, Justin. But they're wanting to keep ownership of the duplexes around, so it has to be a different zone for that.
So still the duplexes.
Duplexes. Correct?
I actually wanted, I mean, we're throwing back the idea of duplexes or triplexes, but that would be the extent of it.
2 acres. How many residents would want 2 acres?
There's what, how many units are there?
So the duplex, it wouldn't be much.
No, that's. Wait a minute, that's a-
16 to 20. Maybe something like that.
And that's a total, like how many buildings? That's, you're counting 16 or 20 units. But how many buildings is that?
I think we had 8.
So that's
Eight
buildings.
eight buildings.
That's what I can remember. Of course, we haven't brought that before, plannership.
Yeah,
So the resident said that all the land around is already currently residential. What kind of residential is around it?
We've got R2 and, oh, go ahead.
And buds,
City question.
they're buds,
So they're all PUDs,
Mhm.
single family homes, so.
yes. Which duplexes on to the east side.
not on the north side, it's gonna be the other duplex on top of this rest of this.
Right, just north of this project.
So you remember where Toby's chicken houses were, that's the duplexes. And then this will either be duplex or triplexes. And then Michelle's land that's around it, which will be single family homes. On the other back side of Michelle's over on the east will be all duplexes.
And our current land use map fits what they're proposing.
Yeah, so it's already zoned for the duplexes. But like I said, they're just trying to keep ownership of it.
That's the difference.
So it has to be the same zone.
Large size development.
in the interest of the city to say yes to this.
Well, they're going, I mean, it's already zoned, so it got zoned back in 21, 22. So I mean, they can go ahead and put what they want to in there, they just want to keep ownership of it.
You say no, they keep ownership, that's a benefit of that. Of the city. Citizens.
Be one person for us to call to do code enforcement. If that come down to it.
Yeah, I can jump in on that. I mean, one of the purposes for keeping it as like a large scale instead of planning it out, instead of selling it off to individuals, they want it to be. It's like a complex where it's all kind of quality control. Landscaped, all that good stuff. For people who kind of come in with it instead of, it won't be people buying these to own, it'll be an option for people that want to rent. Well, that's all I can do.
Is there any kind of amenities available to the 16 plus families that live there?
I think the biggest thing would be, I'm not sure about amenities yet within the development. I think the biggest thing to the city would just be the half street improvements to Mason along that stretch. Sidewalk, talked about some extra stuff on there.
That's where I'm going to be maintaining the white and lights and city sidewalks on the same direction we just voted on the last one.
So the preliminary hasn't been approved yet, so when the preliminary comes out, it will, the requirement have all that stuff.
So right now, we're stuck on zoning.
Yeah.
The next step.
You're planning on putting a sidewalk on Mason Valley? Is that part of the?
It'll be on the east side. Shy.
Right,
Yeah.
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 Any sidewalk, you got it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Council, Jessica, you got anything?
I do not.
Shy, Jay?
Good.
I just need a motion.
Will be approved.
Just makes motion to suspend. Oh, sorry, I need a motion to
So that,
suspend.
sorry, can I ask? one more
Yes,
question?
yes, you can.
It's the construction zone that's there right now, it's also already partially developed. Has the, like Snyder Road or something that goes around it. That's different.
There's nothing on this.
There's nothing on this. Okay.
It's where Toby's house used to sit there, Shy. The White House.
Oh, okay.
This complex is going in here, and the single family.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we suspend the reading, please have the readings.
Justin makes a motion to suspend the readings. I just need a second.
Second.
Jack seconds.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
Yes,
Move to pass the rezone.
No, we need to make a motion to approve now.
Yeah, that's what it is, motion to approve.
Oh, gotcha.
And I second.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
yes.
Next on agenda is 2024-09. Let Jay read it.
An ordinance rezoning certain lands within the city of Highfill and located within Woodward Park Subdivision and for other purposes.
Jeremy? Getting exercise tonight.
I didn't hear you well.
Go ahead. Explain to him what this one is.
Yes, this is a rezone for a property that was currently rezoned as a PUD, and they came back to rezone it to an R3 where they could put in town homes, then split them up where they could be individually owned versus a duplex.
What's the justification for doing that?
They could sell these to individuals versus having to own the whole duplex.
So originally it was up to the city council passed to have it be as where they want it. And now they're not going to do that. That's what you're saying.
No. It was a PUD,
Okay.
and on a PUD, townhomes are allowed. I'm gonna call it a 2-unit townhome, 2 residences on a single lot. The new owner is going to build new townhomes, still 2 residences on a single lot. This will give them the ability to sell the left one to you and the right one to me.
0 lot line.
Yes. So this is where on Hudson Road, right?
Is phase 2.
Yeah, so this is the 200 and, was it 200 or 300 duplexes that were going up there to be rented? Okay, on Hudson, so, the Roush come and bought them, and they're going to sell them, which will be ownership. You know, instead of having multiple rentals. That's the route that they're going.
But this doesn't include the whole subdivision. Is it what, 40 lots or so more or less?
74, yeah, these are existing
74 lots.
lots that the original developer, he'd come through, wanted to do duplexes. They probably built about 50 of those duplexes so far, and they're continuing to build them. We've purchased 74 lots on the north side of the subdivision, and we're gonna be building what looks just like their product, a 2-unit building on a lot. The goal with the rezoning is to allow a property line to be put right through the middle of the 2 units in the common wall, build a firewall, so it meets fire code, and then you're able to call them townhouses. And you can actually sell this unit to a prospective home buyer and sell the other side to prospective home buyer. They own their yard, their driveway, and their entire unit. So it's not, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a duplex and a townhouse, because the only thing that changes it is an invisible lot line down the middle of the unit. So, I'm not sure why they wanted to sell these remaining 74 lots of theirs, but we were excited to buy it. Thought it would be a great ownership opportunity for residents of the subdivision. And so that's our goal for doing this. And we've been working with staff to make sure that each unit has its own utility connection for water, sewer, and electric. So that's what we'll be working on moving forward, provided that we're successful with this rezoning tonight.
So nothing changes in the scope of Woodfield, of Woodward Hills neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or the other towns. So
No, sir. No, the only way you'd ever tell is if you looked at a parcel map and saw that there was 2 parcels. Otherwise, you can't tell.
city code stuff and changes all like that stuff, right?
No capacity, certain capacity either. It's the same.
Well, we have to have 2 meters instead of 1 for like water and sewer, or water at least. There's already had 2 meters.
You have that anyway.
So none of that changes, just the firewall.
Yep.
It already meets all the other specs that are required. Right, those are.
Sorry.
Already meets all the other specs that are required.
Yes. Of course, they'd have to revamp the plat, bring it back to us for a plan or something.
We will have to submit some type of plat, whatever we want to call it, something to create these,
Size.
yes, these individual lot lines to the middle of each existing lot.
Price ranges stay the same to the existing community. Price range stays the same to the community, not like hiking prices up in citizens or anything like that.
No, I mean, right now, I don't even know what the current owner that has 70 or so duplex lots, what they're renting for. Seems like I saw prices 1,800. I think they've recently lowered them. To maybe $1,400-1,500 a month. But again, our goal here is to sell these, so we think we can get a good opportunity to get a good price on a home for somebody that maybe can't afford a $275,000-300,000 standalone single family home, but has an opportunity to purchase something in the lower 200,000s, have their own private yard, private backyard, private driveway, and private residence with just one common property owner to your side.
You good? Sure. Jackie, anything?
No, I'm good.
Shy?
I'm good.
Jeff?
I don't have anything.
Let's need a motion.
Just remember to read it 3 times.
Yep. Justin makes the motion.
Just in the reading.
Then the reading.
Second.
Jack seconds it.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
Yes,
Motion to approve.
We approve that rezoning, 24.
Justin makes the motion.
Second.
Should I say?
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is a resolution 17-2024. Good. This resolution, I would like to go and read it.
Resolution expressing the willingness of the city of Highfill to utilize federal aid recreational trails program funds.
So last year, Shai, remember you asked about sidewalks on Mason Valley?
Yep.
And I looked into it, contacted Cassie the next day. And we missed the deadline to fill out for it last year. So this is what this is. It's willing, it's giving Cassie, it's giving me permission to have Cassie fill out for sidewalks on Mason Valley, which where I told her to put it in at, it's gonna be on the west side from Daniels Road all the way to Vaughn. And then we have ESI looking at on the engineer side of it to see if we can do, we have to get that engineer that, and I'd like to cut over west from Mason Valley and Vaughn intersection to the next, I can't remember what that street's called, the next street, basically encompass where the park is going to go.
Okay.
So can't guarantee it's going to go west, but it is going to go from Daniels Road north to Vaughn.
Thank you for looking at that.
Is it okay to ask a question, Mayor?
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, I would have said something, but just a quick definition. When they say the federal aid recreational trails, is this gonna be a difference between a regular sidewalk or the actual wider recreational trail type? Is
So
that,
there's two different things you can fill out for. One is for trails, the other one's for sidewalks. So we're filling out the one for sidewalks.
so,
So all I need is, if you guys want to do this, is just a motion
Well-
to,
I'm sorry, I have just a point of clarification, please. You said the west side, that's meaning the Silver Meadow side?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
Just makes a motion.
Second.
Try seconds.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
Yes.
What's the timeline on this?
Don't know that. It's probably a little while. But I'll get the answer for you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 18-2024.
City of Highfill, Benton County, Arkansas, resolution granting petition and accepting property for annexation to the city limits of the city of Highfill, Arkansas.
This is Dennis Malone's land off of Hendricks Road and Malone Lane. It's on the south side of Malone Lane, runs from Hendricks all the way to Hayden Road. This is a self-annexation.
So how much road knowledge we need to incorporate?
This is where, well, we're gonna be incorporating some of the Hayden Road or Malone Lane, but this is where the interstate's gonna shoot through that.
As far as like what the city's taking on as far as maintenance of roads and all that, which we have to do with.
There's just that one little section down to that house.
There's no
The
house,
rest of it's
there's no
where
house.
that house is gone, where the house was.
Yeah, so that's,
The rest is dirt road, right?
yeah, it's all owned by Dennis Malone. So there's not that much of the road. The road's gonna be cut right smack dab in the middle by the state highway, the bypass through there. So yes, to answer your question, we are gonna get some road. Exactly how much of it, I'm not for sure, Justin, but
So I mean, they incorporate that with provide city water, and provides those kind of send down those things when they matter.
city water's already there.
City water's already there. Incorporates.
Promise to maintain your road. And that's that we're gonna provide police, fire, trash and water.
I thought that was part of annexing to the city was to provide those services.
There's nobody that lives there. I mean, but we will make, I mean, we'll go down and road grade and stuff, but it's not gonna be a road that we're gonna pay or. Send it dead end right into the interstate.
Said it's gonna go, she's gonna go through his land, what's the purpose of annexing it to Highfill? What's that, lose it to- So yes, but
Not gonna lose all of it, just a strip, just a swath of it. Good future commercial development along that interstate.
Yes, sir.
Just ties everything in nicely there, Justin.
it wouldn't put a burden on the city to be annexed to the Plat.
Oh. Yeah. Another,
That would be passed.
I second. Justin makes motion, Jack seconds it.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, I should ask this question before. How many acres is it?
Dennis? It's an 80.
80, I believe.
It's an 80? Or is it
And I'm
100?
just curious, if we don't know.
It's an 80, I think.
Yeah, any more on that, Jack?
No, I'm good, thank you.
No. The next one, resolution 19-2024. I'll let Jared read this
Resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Highfill to execute an agreement providing for the purchase and installation of a replacement booster pump station, standby generator, and further purposes.
one. Dustin? So these next two ordinances got added today. The next one after this is going to be the meter vault at X and A that you guys are aware of. We still haven't got it fixed. We're working on that right now. And this one that we're reading right now is when it rains, it pours. Our generator, our booster pump went down. It bit the dust. So we've got to get a new generator for it. This money is, I'm asking for it to come out of the depreciation. It's the money that we have to put aside every time we make a payment to the bond. 5% of it goes into this account, and it's for specific items like this, for the replacement of the generator, for the fixing of the meter vault. So none of it will actually affect our year budget, operating budget. It comes out of a savings account that only can be spent on specific items like these.
So like the mayor said, when it rains, it pours. By the way, good evening, council. 2 weeks ago, we had a power outage at Tilly Hill Booster Pump Station. The power outage was approximately an hour and 45 minutes. We attempted to put the station on generator power. Generator would stay running for about 45 seconds and then it would die. It was just not a good day. I got concerned enough that I called the fire chief and asked him that if there was any structure fires in the area during that power outage, to plan on taking truck water in from neighboring cities. The generator that was there was purchased in 2010s sometime, and it was only sized appropriate to service, I believe, 1 10 horsepower pump. Since then, we had upgraded to 15 horsepower, and then last year, you guys remember, we upgraded to 25 horsepower. I was unaware. I must have dropped the ball. I was under the impression that we could use the spare generator at lift station 1 to just drop in up there at the booster pump station, save everybody a lot of money. The issue is that the generator at lift station 1 is a 3-phase 480 volt, and we only have single phase 240 up at Tilly Hill. I priced with Carroll Electric And everything's expensive with Carroll Electric, but in order to get three-phase power down to that lift station, which is approximately 3 miles away from Highway 102, it was a substantial cost, and it was probably more than twice of the cost of the generator turnkey. This is not a want, in my opinion. This is a need for the city, because I am afraid that if we do lose power for more than 3 hours, we won't be able to provide water to our citizens. So this really isn't an ask. This is I'm telling you that if we don't solve this situation, we're going to be in trouble. Our citizens are going to suffer, and I don't want that for certain. The plan, Scott McBrayer Engineering, he's our electrical engineer. He's the one that helped us struggle through the pump upgrade at Tilly Hill Booster Pump Station. He's also the one that installed all of the SCADA in the city. And he does a lot of projects around Northwest Arkansas, and he also works for Hawkins Weir as an electrical engineer. So he's got a lot of projects throughout the state that he's working on, and I feel more comfortable with him tackling this than any others. He's already got a jump on the generator. That generator is so odd because it's single phase 240 volt. You know, if you were to go out and try to look for a three-phase single phase 240, if you were going to go look for a three-phase 480, you can find them anywhere. The issue being is that this generator would only be supplied by Cummins. So Generac doesn't make one. If they do, it's special order, and it's probably 2 to 3 years out. I think Scott McBrayer's got an eye on one, and it's probably 6 months out. And that concerns me as well. I've been on the phone today trying to find a place where we can rent a single phase 240 on a trailer and have Scott McBrayer hook up a transfer switch to where if we do lose power for an extended amount of time, we're not going to suffer. That's the top of my priority list besides the next item on the agenda, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Any questions on the standby power for Tilly Hill?
Dustin, is this price, is it a locked in solid price, or is this just?
This is a not to exceed. I believe he overshot a couple of the items, but this is a not to exceed price. And as the mayor was stating, those Act 605 funds were required to put 5% into a depreciation account. The only time that money can be touched is to upgrade or fix existing infrastructure. And this is all, the next two items are all existing infrastructure. So the balance on that account.
308,000, right, Tiffany? Wait, I'll tell you right now.
I think the only recommendation that I would have to council after we use the money in that depreciation account is to bump up our 5% a month to 10% a month until we build that account back up.
308,000.
308? Yeah, 308. Yes. Okay. Any other council got questions?
Yeah, so you said the regeneration would take 6 months to get, even if we approve it tonight. Go back to state.
Yes, sir. That's a big number that he I believe he overshot it. He was saying maybe 4 to 5 months, but I'm saying 6 just to be on the safe side.
So in this period of time, you said you're concerned about the risk versus since the power goes out, they won't have water after 3 hours.
I start stressing when the tower gets to 50 foot. The tower is actually 80 foot, and we'd still have 50 foot of water. But I believe if we go below, and it's shown during last week's incidents that when we get below 39 foot in the tower, people have pressure issues.
Okay. Obviously, power outage for 3 hours doesn't happen all the time, but it could happen. Now it's exposed for now, so what would happen if you get the kids in that situation? So it's going to wear off, wait until we get the power back. So what happens?
If I plan on finding a rentable generator to supply power to that if that was the case, but worst case scenario, if something hit real hard like the storm that you guys had when you bought the grapple truck and power was out for an extended amount of time, yes, sir, we would just have to be patient and wait for the power utilities to do their job and get everything back restored. And I have all the faith in the world in Carroll Electric, and most of their outages are minimum. This was a clear day, no issues. I don't know what caused the power outage. And thank goodness it did happen, because it brought this back to my attention. But it's on the forefront of my worries.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Approving. So I approve the resolution.
Justin makes a motion.
Second.
Jack seconded it.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
yes,
Thank you, council.
Where's the 10% versus 5%? Is that a budget discussion here?
Yeah, that would be a discussion around with next year's budget.
There's the rest of that.
Next item on the agenda is resolution 20-2024.
Resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Highfill to execute an agreement providing for the purchase and installation of a concrete ballot box with required additional items and for other purposes.
Of course, I brought each and every one of you snuff on the situation over there. Has any council members got any questions about that situation?
How has the urban next name responded to our service?
They're currently being supplied by the city of Bentonville. I did get a call from their operator claiming that their pressure pumps are kicking on regularly, which is something that they don't see on Highfill water. So I don't think Bentonville's providing quite the pressure that we've been providing. I was gonna wait until after tonight's meeting to touch base with the city of Bentonville and the XNA staff, let them know how we're gonna proceed moving forward following this meeting.
Bentonville's been great. Dustin called Bentonville, they were after the next day. They've been great to work with. XNA has been good to work with as well, you know, so. But yeah, I told Dustin to reach out to Bentonville and tell them we sure appreciate it a lot. You know, that's kind of the way I look, you know, how cities should be, just help each other out in times of need like that. Bentonville they sure prove that they're a good neighbor.
So this 137,705.50, that's the same account, 300,000 we talked about, so now we're down to 86% of spent.
It is, and this is also a not to exceed, so.
And I guarantee he overshot materials needed and piping, just so that, you know, if we're asking them to put this in 4 days. When they mobilize equipment tomorrow, they plan on staying there until it's done, so I would suppose it should be up and running by Monday, and then we'll make the transfer back to Highfill. But I guarantee he overshot quantities to make sure that he didn't get in the middle of something and find something that he needed.
But in worst case scenario, both these projects we're down to less than 50% of the fund. So
Yes, sir.
How much we normally spend a year in this fund?
Nothing.
All right, so fine, we're down nothing.
I hope. No more disaster.
Yeah, come on, Justin, I've had a rough 2 weeks, but
I'm just asking questions. I gotta
Been rough.
ask. Okay.
But the good thing is,
This is kind of do I. That's like saying, I do that. What about?
the good thing is that's what this accounts for. That's the reason we got savings account for fire department, police department, you know, when disasters like this happen. It's nice to be able to have that fall back on. So that's the nice thing is it is what it's there for. The bad thing is yes, we're going to take it down a lot.
I would approve resolution 20-20.
Justin makes a motion.
One second.
Jack seconded it.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
yes,
thank you, council.
Next item on the agenda is department reports. Does any council member have anything for the department heads? Department heads got anything for the council?
I think you guys are up to speed on everything in my department. If you have any questions, feel free to give them.
Department's got anything?
Good evening, council. I'd just like to notify all of you that today I locked in a pickup date for the Tahoe that we ordered last June. I will be going down to Belton, Texas on Monday next week to pick it up. And we'll have it back in Highfill next Monday afternoon. almost.
We were listening to the recordings. Well, Cody and Tiffany were listening to the recordings. He giggled because he told you guys, yeah, it should be here in September.
Yeah, it was a September, October expected completion date, and here we are, middle of May. And we'll have it, so. We won't go back with those people again. I don't have anything else. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you.
Jeremy, you got anything?
I submitted a report, but if you guys have any questions, I'll be one. Answer any.
Dennis, you got anything from PD side? Council, you guys got anything for the department heads? All right. Next item on the agenda is the financial report for the month of April 2024.
I'm sorry, can we go back for a second? I actually had something for PD.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we can.
That's my fault. I wasn't quick to unmute. Have we noticed any progression with the speeding or bus, I guess, people passing buses in Woodward Hills?
No, ma'am,
Do we
that's mine. I haven't received any more complaints or any further discussion about it. Our guys have been out there in the mornings patrolling that area.
Okay, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You got anything else, Jessica?
I do not. Thank you.
And if you have issues, if those are Bentonville buses, we can, you know, we can track those.
Bentonville is very, very quick to respond to us and let us know, and then send us an email that if they have had someone pass, we usually get a response from them within the hour and all the information on it.
Okay.
So,
If you
Well, that
really
was
need-
That was gonna be my next step, was to try to, because there have been complaints of people passing buses, with their stop signs out. When I brought it up last council meeting, and then I guess one happened last week as well in Woodward Hills. So I didn't know if that was something that the bus drivers have to report, or if it's just an automatic thing. But that was gonna be my next step, was to go to the bus barn and kind of see what their suggestions are there.
I'll reach out to Bentonville School District as well and talk to the director of the bus barn and see if they've had any complaints or anything like that. But it is my knowledge that anytime that occurs, that the bus driver is to report it immediately to the bus barn.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anybody else got anything on department reports? Jessica, you got anything else?
No, sir, that's it. Thank you.
Financial reports, April 2024. Has anybody got any questions, corrections, changes?
You know, I'm just curious, the city sales tax and use tax are up 50% first 3 months of the year. Is that driven by Dollar General being here versus what year last year? Like, what's driving our increase? So significant?
Justin, I wished I could tell you the honest truth on that.
It's a significant increase.
That's more implements at the airport, more people flying out. Obviously, the Dollar General says with the addition of the subdivisions, they've actually had to go out and hire another lady at night to help keep up with the foot traffic. So they said at nighttime between like 5 and the time they close, they've gotten a lot busier.
It's my kids.
Yeah, and my family.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, and the store is seeing a lot more foot traffic as well. And you're probably gonna notice, our sales tax going up a little bit more because Black Hauler is doing their grand opening on Saturday. The brewery, so I've got that in my mayor's notes, but everything as houses are being built and the lumber is being delivered out here, that sales tax is now delivery based. And so when they deliver a package of lumber, the sales tax comes to the city.
All the other taxes are down. That's just the one that's up.
Actually, most of our taxes are all of that, the county sales tax, the city sales tax, we're all on track. Me and Tiffany looked at that today. That's what another thing I was gonna ask you guys, the mayor's notes is I'll get the mid-year budget.
I'm sorry, that's the bottom column. Year-over-year change at the very bottom of the total is down 24, so it's not really doing it year to date. Calculations all. I'm just seeing if you're about by month. Yes, you're right. So it's, okay. liquor taxes down. Super weird.
The what?
Liquor taxes down 40%, 20%, 32%.
Yes, that one's
That doesn't make any sense.
very questionable.
I would say super questionable. I think the airport's probably still selling some liquor a lot. Why would others not be getting that tax revenue?
Once again, that's, wish I could give you, wish I could give you a good answer on that. When it comes to that stuff and trying to figure out through the state is virtually impossible.
So we don't have anybody used to leave or anybody that like help us get these numbers and understand them. Why we're not getting what it used to be.
Unfortunately, no.
In 2020, we had $9,700 in of January, we get $2,300 this year. Seems bizarre. So $11,000, 2018, same one. Then we have like $2,000 more on right now. Really. Okay. I'll leave it alone. It's just.
Tiffany is on them all the time. I can't tell you that.
Okay.
Every month she's on, but there's only so much that we can do.
Understood.
We can call the state and the Department of Finance Administration. Those kind of, yeah, okay. Yeah. They don't have to tell us nothing.
There's no legal requirement, Jay, but they have to tell us and show us disclosed information.
It's like Fort Knox. None of that is available to the public.
We like the public, I mean, the city, we are the public. We are the public in their eyes. No accountability. Shock them all.
Right?
All right.
No, you're fine. Yeah, them are good questions because we deal with it every month. It's frustrating.
And on the tax revenue to run the cities, after the election.
Yep.
What's going on? Understood.
Yeah. You got anything else, Justin?
No.
Jack, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
Shy?
I'm good.
Jessica? Jessica, you got any questions on the
I'm
finance?
sorry. No, I'm good. I can't unmute. My apologies.
You're fine. You're fine. No, I just need a motion. Need a motion to approve.
I said,
Justin makes a motion.
Second.
Jack seconds.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica,
Yes.
Next item is community events. The farmer's market is still going on every Saturday. Right now, we don't have the produce that is being sold. I mean, none of it's grown yet. I'm still waiting. I've got green tomatoes, but none of them are red yet. So whenever I get some red ones, I'll be up there selling some produce. Went around some other farmer market in other towns and they're the same. I mean, you see the crafts being up there being sold, but there's just no produce unless there's some people that have the greenhouses are able to raise that stuff early. So I'm thinking, hoping that another month, when the produce starts turning green and starts growing, then we'll start having more people up there. So just please stick with it and keep on trying to support our town and our adventures like that, the farmers market stuff. So if you guys see anybody up there, please stop and buy something from them.
Currently, do we have an application process and a fee to be out there?
There's no fee, application, there's no application, like they could call Tiffany and put on there that they're gonna be there. So that way we will announce it on our Facebook page, so people know we're encouraging that. But all that is just so we know who's up there, so we can advertise on our Facebook page and on our city sites and stuff.
we do
That's-
have a registration form that I put out on Facebook every Wednesday.
Just to flat that information.
But as far as fee, no, we're trying to get people in here. That's my main goal. I don't want to charge for it. Okay. Good.
I've talked with a vendor that has been a few times and now she's not. We're wondering if maybe until the produce begins to come, if we could revert to like a first and third instead of every single week.
And that may be an option. I mean, whoever sells, I mean, they can easily do that as far as their option, you know, say, hey, they just want to come to the first Saturday and the third Saturday. They can do that. And this is just our second year doing it. So we've done the same thing last year. Then, I mean, we had some pottery and, you know, stuff like that. We didn't hardly have any produce even when the produce season kicked off, but I do know that I have been hit up by two people I know of. A gentleman on our fire department, him and his wife planted 2 or 3 acres just for the farmer's market up there. You know, so they're pretty excited about it. So like I said, yes, I think when the produce gets up there, we'll start seeing a lot more foot traffic. And that may be something, yes, that we look at. But yes, if the vendor only wants to come in twice a month, they're more happy. Like I said, there's no fee, there's no guarantee that you have to be there or anything like that, but if you are gonna be there, if you get hold of Tiffany, she will put it out on all the city sites and stuff, that way to advertise, people know. So, we got a citywide cleanup on Wednesday, May 22nd, goes all the way through Sunday, May 26th, 8 a.m. until the full, and they're gonna be here at City Hall. We got trivia night theme sitcom Friday, June 7th at 7 p.m. at the community building. That'll be fun. Anything else? That's all the community events.
We have National Night Out on August 6th. It's a Tuesday, and that'll be from 6 to 9.
And where will that be at?
Silver Meadow Subdivision.
Okay.
Healing.
Silver Meadows, and what was the date again?
August the 6th,
August the 6th, and from what time?
from 6 to 9.
6 to 9. Okay.
We will have a done, we think.
The next item on the agenda is mayor's report. I just got a few items. The first one was we had a gentleman reach out and asked if they could adopt a street to clean up. We don't have nothing in our books that says you can or can't. Like, I'm not going to stop somebody if they want to pick up trash on one of our city streets. So just to make it more formal, we reached out to Jay. He said we can adopt what the state has, which basically we printed off today to read what they have. It basically says we will provide the trash sacks. If their organization, say it's a 4-H organization or something, we will have a sign made, put their organization on the street. That's what the state does. They leave the trash sacks on the side of the road. Our guys will come pick them up and throw them away. If you guys want to do something like that, we can adopt what the state has, and Jay can draw up a resolution, ordinance, whatever it needs to be, bring it back next city. Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Okay.
What are we, 4-H you said?
No, I don't even know,
Oh.
and I just use 4-H as an example.
Got it.
So, they were wanting to adopt a cow road, so. I'm always game for people wanting to clean up the litter, so. I'll have Jay draw that up and we'll bring that next council meeting. So there's, timesheets, we're looking at more efficient ways to do our timesheets, bringing it up with more than just paper and pen, and then things get lost and us get in trouble. So Tiffany reached out to Tiffany, why don't you come on up here, Centerpoint. And this is a price breakdown of what it would cost for us to have. It basically be on, people can log on to it on the computer, log into their account, they can see their pay, their time, their vacation time, their comp time, all their benefits, all that on this cushion on Centerpoint. And they can clock in and clock out. The department heads will still have to go in and approve their time and then send it on to Tiffany, which will get approved through me, and then everybody gets paid. The price of it is, and Tiffany figured at 25, she went.
I went by what we had done already this year, so I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Yep,
to do that.
so number of employees, she put in there 25 for January, 25 for February, 51 for March, and 21 for April. And the average cost would be for total monthly cost would be 280. Is that right?
Let me look. So the total monthly cost was gonna be $63 for January, 63 for February, 102 for March, and April 52.92. So the total for the would be $280.92.
So for the remainder of the year, it would roughly cost us just shy of $600 to have that program. Annual fee, say for next year, which would be, if you guys were okay with this, would be budget item of about $1,123. Now, as more employees use it, don't use it, so if more employees use it 1 month, then we get charged for employee, but 2 less employees use it next month, we don't have to pay 2 employees. Does that make sense?
Our main objective is to have a system process, clocking in and clocking out. And get the other benefits of the payroll benefits. Do we not have that on our payroll services today that shows them time sheets? What their vacation, all that kind of stuff is?
We do,
Okay.
but,
For their timesheets, what they do is they submit in a paper timesheet, and then the department head has to sign off on it and then give it to me. This would be done either on their phone, on the computer, and then it'll be sent to the department head, and they'll approve it on the computer, and then they'll send it to me, and then that will automatically be imported into our payroll software.
There'll be our.
I scan in all of our timesheets now, so we have a digital copy of all of our timesheets
Service through our payroll.
software already.
So it's a service. QuickBooks or what is it?
Centerpoint.
Center points.
Jessica, do you have a question?
Ye-
Sorry.
yes, I do. Is there a concern about being able to clock in on your mobile device? I
No,
mean,
No,
not,
that-
not assuming anybody's gonna be stealing time or fudging numbers. I just, most companies that have like electronic capabilities for clock in and clock out kind of prohibit being able to do so on your phone because of the off chance that somebody's running late and, oh, let me just log in and clock in real quick. So that is a concern of mine. If it's only my concern, then I can move past it, but
That's, so right now it's just on paper, like they just come in and they fill out their timesheet.
so they could
So-
essentially do the same thing right now.
But all of our guys, say for Dustin has, Dustin and Blake, they have the biggest employee pool there. So on the PD side of it, they have to go 10-8, I think it is, when they clock in. So Blake and Dennis will be able to go back and say, okay, you clocked in at 8 o'clock in the morning and you didn't go 10-8 till 10 o'clock that morning. So what's the why are you stealing a couple hours?
Right.
Yeah, on Dustin's end of it, everybody meets at the shop, and if somebody's not there, whoever foreman that Dustin has, his crew leaders will let Dustin know, hey, this guy showed up late.
Also, with this clock-in thing, we can put a geo fence around it, so you have to be within a certain radius of that building. And then whenever they take training and stuff, we just remove that geo fence for them, for that training purposes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, as long as there's checks and balances there to make sure that, not saying that I don't trust anybody currently here, but there's always that off chance. But that's all I have. Thank you.
Would that replace our current payroll services?
No, that'll remove our paper timesheets and just go straight to Centerpoint.
Just adding additional services.
Yeah.
So is there a service that can do both?
That's Centerpoint, it does both. We use it for our payroll.
Oh, we use it, okay.
This will be adding on the timesheets with it.
Right now, we're not taking advantage of the service that
Got
they
it.
offer. We're just doing it all paper.
I understand. I thought it was 2 different systems.
And we can still do it paper wise, but this is an option I want to bring up to you guys.
It's not a budget thing. This will be out of our current budget.
This is so small, I think it will fit inside of our budget, the way me and Tiffany look today, I do believe. Of course, we're gonna do mid-year, I don't anticipate. We looked at most budgets today, well, we'll talk about mid-year, but I think it'll fit inside our budget. And this won't go into effect until I want to do mid-year first.
Not actually asking for approval, you're just gonna talk to us about it. So what happened.
Mid-year is when I'll ask for approval. But I don't want to keep on going if you guys aren't thankless.
This would come out of administrative?
Yes,
Yes.
Technology's great. Technology better. Better keep this issue past, which is why.
yep. Save us from having to pay $30,000-$40,000 in lawsuits. You know, so $1,100 a year is pretty cheap. Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll carry on with it then. It'll be at the mid-year. So Ribbon, Black Collar Brewery is opening up Saturday. At 4, I think. Tiffany, is that correct? 4 o'clock?
Yes.
Tiff. Black Collar is opening at 4 o'clock on Saturday? Collar, sorry.
I will get that.
Or is it 11?
Music starts at 4.
Is that what it is? Okay.
For their Facebook page.
Okay.
Not that I'm counting.
Don't ask that question.
It opens at 11 o'clock.
Okay, and it's, the way I read it on their Facebook pages, they're gonna have a food truck vendor up there, they've got a spot for a food truck.
Sure, they're paying sales tax to the city.
Yes,
You get liquor tax on the beer. So liquor.
well, we get sales tax on it. So anyhow, they're opening, so if anybody's available, go up there, support them, but next Friday, May 24th, we're doing a ribbon cutting at 4 o'clock. I would encourage any council member that wants to attend, please come up there. Any citizen that wants to attend, please come up there. Show the support for our hometown here. So we're very excited. They're very excited. This is going to be Highfill's first ribbon cutting. Never done this before. So we had to order scissors. We're going to go get. Huh?
Did you do it $1
No. No, they didn't do it then. So, but yeah, we're all excited for that. So like I said, anybody's available, please show up. That's it. Remember, I sent out all of you guys the PUD ordinance. Please, if you haven't, read through it and see if there's anything you guys want changed, because that will be up next city council meeting for approval. I have made some remarks on as far as changes I like to see in it. Just a few of them is I want to take the street width from 27 to 33, back curb. So it gives more wider streets. See here. So any house, any lot that is smaller than 40 foot. So 40 foot and above, this won't bother. Anything that's 40 foot and below, I want to have a little bit more restrictions to kind of, don't really want to say deter the smaller lots, but I want the bigger lots more than I do with smaller lots. So if that makes sense. So there's a few changes in there that I will make, and Jay, we're going to highlight them in that PUD so you guys can see them changes. I want at least one tree minimum planted in every yard. And I don't want that just on PUDs. I want that throughout all of our subdivision regulations. Obviously, all this stuff I'm recommending has got to be approved by you guys. So if you guys don't agree with it, let me know. We'll change it at the council meeting next month. And I think that's about it. Jeremy, is there anything else that we're? Oh, so when you encroach in on another property owner or something, I'm either going to ask for berms or fencing with trees, but either berms and trees or fencing with trees to kind of block you know, to kind of make it look pretty for the neighbors and stuff, just to be more welcome. So the best that we can. So the way I understand it on our PUDs is a lot of this stuff, if we catch it at the forefront, we can go ahead and add it in, request the developer do it. And another thing is, on all the subdivisions now, the preliminary plat just comes to the planning commission only. But on PUDs only, the preliminary plat, not just like the zoning, will go to the planning commission and go to city council. The preliminary plat will go to the planning commission and city council. So it'll have to go through both of them. I just want to make sure that on them big developments, that what they said at the very beginning to the council and planning commission holds true at the very. If you guys got any changes you want to see in them, please let me know. Reach out to Jay, let him know, or whatever, Jeremy. You guys got any questions? Council got any discussion?
The food court thing that was created over here by the gas station, that's the next slide.
They're getting ready for the parking lot, right, Jeremy?
Not for it, it's, they're packing the base in it. It has to be in the base part.
It should be,
They're saying a couple of weeks. I don't know if they got any vendors yet for it.
No vendors yet, just the infrastructure.
yeah, we've had people hit us up at City Hall. So we gave that list to the owner. So I don't know if he's reached out, I'll have to reach out to the owner and see.
Is that part of the developer development or is that a whole separate? development?
It's Randy Roth owns it. Randy Roth started that. But he kept that food truck. Gotcha. We kind of talked him into that. Good office.
So they,
Still a year, like when they told us, a year to year and a half. I talked to Tim Oakey and he said it took them literally after they tore the building down and been caught on fire, it took them a year and a half to get it back. The new owners, what I understand, this takes.
so they own the property, they plan on doing it, it's just.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll give him a little more time to reach out to him.
Parks, all the Walmart. Nothing.
Not his. Not yet. Right.
Not yet, I'm still trying to Walmart. So,
Still trying on a cases. Come go or something, you know. El Pavito should be 60 days out, I think, on opening of it. So that'll be coming. Hopefully next couple council meetings, we'll be doing a ribbon cutting, down some ribbon cutting for that. Perfect. Anything else on council discussion? Just need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion. You do it.
Jack makes a motion to adjourn. And
I'll second.
Shy,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Jessica.
Yes.
thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mayor. Good to council.
Justin. Yes, sir.